When it comes to trading, admittedly the most difficult part always is for beginner traders to come up with a trading strategy that really works. So on today's episode of That Crypto Show, I want to share with you one of my all-time favorite trading strategies that I personally also use every day to find entries and exits into my trades. I'm going to show you exactly how to set up this strategy on your charts. I'm going to give you examples on all time frames how the trading strategy exactly works, and if you watch this video until the very end, I'm going to have two very nice surprises for you that you can use to further enhance your trading. So stay tuned. I'm going to see you in 10 seconds. Hey, welcome back. So the only scalping strategy that you will ever need. It's one that I've been developing a couple of years ago, and up to this day, despite it being very simple, I'm still using it almost every day over all time frames. So it's really the only scalping strategy that you will ever need if you're a beginner. It works as a 5-minute scalping strategy, as a 1-minute scalping strategy, as a Forex scalping strategy, as a crypto scalping strategy. So I'm just going to call it here my scalping trading strategy, because really by the end of the day you can use it on all asset classes such as stocks, crypto, Forex, indices, commodities, and also across all time frames. So it doesn't really matter if you want to spend the whole day in front of your charts and trade 1-minute or 5-minute charts, or if you are somebody that has to attend a job and you just want to look at daily charts once or twice a day. Leave us a like, subscribe to the video, and hey, let's jump right into it. So I've opened here my Tradingview, and if you are not yet a member of Tradingview, a client of Tradingview, you will find all links necessary in the description of this video to open an account on Tradingview. Also, of course, to open an account with PrimeXBT.com, because this is the exchange we are executing our trades with after all. Everything you need in the description of the video. We want to open a simple chart here, which I've already done. So if I opened here a Bitcoin US dollar chart, a daily time frame here, plain vanilla. I've chosen to go for a candlestick chart, but really you could use this also on all other types of charts that you prefer. We are going here with candlesticks first. If you are interested to see how this trading strategy works, for example with Renko charts, I'm going to leave a link to a video up in the description here where I showed this trading strategy with, for example, Renko charts, and you can see there are also some great results with this. However, I recommend you to watch this video first to the end so you really understand what this trading strategy, what this technical indicator is all about. So I'm going to remove here first the volume, because we don't want this here. It's just going to disturb us. And now I need to add indicators, and I want to add a very simple indicator called the RSI, or Relative Strength Index. So if you click up here on indicators and type in RSI, you are going to see this here under technicals, Relative Strength Index. So I'm going to add this, close this here, and then I'm going to click on the clock wheel here above the RSI to change the settings a little bit. I want the RSI to be at a length of 14, so a vanilla one, and the source is going to be a closed. Special things now, I want to add a moving average to this, and it's going to be a WMA, which stands for weighted moving average. For this weighted moving average, we are going to change the setting here, the moving average length, or short MA length, to 6. The BB standard deviation we are going to leave at 2. Click on OK, and then you will see here this yellow line already changed a little bit. So the next thing we want to do is we want to add another indicator. So we again click here on indicators. We want to add an exponential moving average, or short EMA. You'll find this here if you type in EMA under moving average exponential. click on it. Then it's going to be added to our chart above, our Bitcoin US dollar chart. However, we want the moving average to be shown not on the chart but down where the RSI is displayed. So we need to click on the ... here, go to move to, and click on existing pane below. So I'm going to do this. You'll see the moving average is now displayed down here. Then we click again on the clock wheel here, and we adjust our settings for the EMA a little bit. So we want the length to be 3, and this is very important, we want the base, the source, to be RSI _RSI. So I'm going to apply this, click on OK, and then you can see I have my RSI down here now, so the purple line with 2 moving averages. The last thing I did is that I changed some of the visuals, so I made the line a little bit thicker. I displayed the area above 70 and below 30 in a different color, so it's more appealing to my eye. However, this is totally optional, and if you followed me so far with setting up the strategy, you've already done 75% of the work. If for whatever reason you're not able to apply the strategy on Tradingview to create the strategy, do me a favor, write me an email to academy@primexbt.com, and then I'll personally ensure that my team is going to help you with setting up this strategy. You can also contact me on Telegram. You'll find a link to the Academy Telegram channel also in the description of this video. Feel free to DM me there. You'll find all the information you need in the intro message to this Trading Academy channel. So, what are the rules of this trading system, which, by the way, I call the RSI hook system? It's fairly simple. We want to look at an asset, and then we want to wait for the RSI, so for the orange line in my case here, to either go below 30 or above 70. When the line goes below 30, we want to get ready to execute a long trade. So like in this example here, the line went below 30. What all we have to do then is to wait until the orange line, the RSI, does a sharp cross over its moving averages, so over the weighting moving average, the blue line, and over the exponential moving average, the green line in my example. So like here, and what you can see is this is a so-called buy signal that is triggered. So in my opinion, in this example, this signal would have been triggered here. So we would have bought Bitcoin at around 20,000 US dollar. And as you can see, with some up and down, the development after this was up in this case. So vice versa, and this is an example from a 15-minute chart. For sell signals, we wait until the RSI is above 70 and then does a sharp cross underneath its 2 moving averages. Euro US dollar on the 15-minute time frame. This example shows why it's important, especially if you trade the system on more lower time frame. So if you're interested in really scalping the markets, to wait for really good entries. We saw multiple sell hooks already appearing, for example here or here or here or here. However, we want to be patient here and really wait until these hooks appear above 70 for the sell signal. So if we were patient, the sell signals were triggered 2 times here, which led to us really being able to catch almost the top of the market in the following hours. The S&P 500 on the 5-minute time frame. Again, here it shows why it's important to be patient and on the lower time frames really wait for entries into the markets that happen because of crosses above 70 or below 30. You can again see here multiple hooks happening already while the S&P 500 on the 5-minute chart is still rising. Then finally we see these hooks appearing, and they're really dominant hooks here appearing above 70. Number 1 here, this was before we reached the top of the market. Number 2 here, number 3 here, and I in these cases really, especially on the lower time frame, did split my orders here into 3 parts. So the first part I sold here, second part here, the third part here on the hook. The question of course also is always, where do I close a position like this? I tend to hold on to these positions until we see the RSI falling all the way down to 30. So in this case I was able to really exit the market almost off the bottom, which is a great trade, and it showed also why it's so important on the lower time frame to sometimes scale into the market. Ethereum US dollar. This is a signal from the daily charts, and I chose the signal because I want to show you again how important it is really to be patient and wait for the right signal. Now the first one here on the 14th of May of 2022 actually was a false signal by the book, because the cross appeared underneath 30 for the buying, but you can see that the hook is already outside of the zone of 30, so it appears in reality above 30. So this is a signal I did not trade, and it was wise of me in this case to not trade it, because of course the market continued more downward. What you really want to see is the signal then that followed down here, where the hook was very clear underneath 30 and also stopped underneath 30. So that day was like everything here, what you saw cut off right, of course, of this dotted line here. So in this case with the system, you were really able to almost perfectly time the bottom here again. However, it's really important to be patient. To summarize things again, it's extremely important, by the way, not only with this trading system, but with every trading system you might be using in the future, to really wait for the perfect entries. If you are following a job and you have to work from 9 to 5 every day, you can do and use the system on, for example, daily charts. You can monitor really dozens or even hundreds of charts with this trading system. Very easy in my opinion. If you have the time to spend in front of the charts, you can of course trade the system with the same rules also on even 1 or 5 minute charts. Be aware, the lower you go in the time frame, the more you want to be on the lookout for really quality signals. You don't want to trade those signals where you think like, oh, this is not really, you know, a signal by the book, but I want to trade it anyway because I want to enter the trade. This is always something that leads to a trader's demise eventually. I hope you enjoyed this video as much watching as I've been enjoying doing it and recording it. If that is the case, please leave us a like, subscribe to the channel, and as promised, I have 2 little presents for you. First one is use the promo code THEROOM, all in capital letters, to get a 50% trading discount on fees at PrimeXBT.com. So this is really perfect, especially for scalping. The less fees you pay, and PrimeXBT already has very low fees, the more money will end up in your pocket by the end of the day. The second one is, if you click on the description of this video, you will find a link to our Black Friday sweepstakes, where you have a chance to win great prizes like 0 trading fees or funded accounts with $100, or if you are really lucky, you can win a great exclusive NFT. You'll find everything you need in the description of this video. Take care. I'm going to see you again very soon. Bye bye.